Hey guys, it's Kate from Fitness, Family, and Food, and I wanted to jump on this afternoon and finish up my series with the very last thing that I track, which is my workouts. Now, I do use technology. I have an iWatch that I absolutely love, but I don't rely on that, and I'm going to actually show you why I don't rely on it. I do use my journal to track it, to keep a better, more accurate record of what I am doing so that I know, what's working and what I need to change, and basically, I want to work smarter, not harder, so that I can meet my goals. So that is what we are going to be talking about today. Let me get this camera turned around and I will show you the pen and paper that I have first. So let me see here. Let me get this turned around. All right. So this is my journal, and it has at the very bottom, I'd use the top part for my planning, my meal prep, and then I use my Fitness Pal like I had shown you before, but I do use the bottom part for tracking my exercise. I like to keep track of the amount of time that it takes, and I also like to keep track whether or not it was fasted. I do feel personally for me that fasted cardio in the morning is a great way to get my metabolism going, and I find that it is something that really helps me to keep making progress and not just maintain. I also do work out in the evening, so I do a morning and an evening to keep myself going in the right directions. I don't do it every day. This day I was in the hospital all day with Grandma, so I just took a nice long walk with the dogs. And I do usually on Friday take Friday and sometimes Sunday as more of a rest day to give my body some time to rest and heal. And so I like to push myself and then heal a little bit and rest. And I find that that really works well for me. I do keep the double, and so I just draw a line straight across. And I think what helps me is, if there's meetings after school and I don't get to this, or the kids have appointments or Grandma has appointments, sometimes you get into like a little bit of a progress slump. And so when you track it, you can see very clearly, well, look, I didn't do what I typically do. And oftentimes in your head, you're like, but I worked out this week. But when you see, oh, I cut this short, or, maybe I had a couple of excuses, long day, late night meetings, extra appointments for Grandma, whatever it is, I can then see, because in my head, I think, oh, I worked out, but I might be able to see more clearly, and, keep myself a little bit more honest, if the dog's interrupted, and got, when I lay down on the floor to work out, the dogs think it's fun and games. So sometimes, they get in the way in the middle of my workout, or a kid comes in and I need to do something, or Grandma comes in, or sometimes I'm just not feeling it. So instead of the 25-minute program, then I might end up just being able to only do 15 minutes or 20 minutes. So I keep track of all of that. The other thing is, those dreaded burpees that everybody seems to hate. So if you're skipping those because today you just don't feel like doing burpees, I might put an M in here for modified, if I just modified, or I might write didn't do burpees because I just didn't have it in me on that day. And so this helps keep it very honest, so that when I look back, I have a clearer picture of what I've actually put in. Now, Beachbody programs, which is what I do typically in the morning, except for usually on Saturday, then I usually do those in the evening. But before I go to work is when I do my Beachbody programs. And they do have a calendar, and they tell you what program to do going straight along. But what I found is if I don't put it in here, then sometimes I'm like, wait, did I do that 2 days ago? Where am I? Or did I do the whole thing? Maybe I need to redo part of it. And so this sort of just gives me a little bit clearer picture, a little bit more accurate. And I can also put in those extras, you know. I took a dog, you know, walked the dog. I went kayaking. You know, all those little things really sort of give a better, clearer picture of what's been going on. Now, the other thing that I do have, and I'm going to take it off right now, is I do have an iWatch that I absolutely adore. And don't get me wrong, I love, love, love my iWatch. However, it is not the most accurate thing. Now, let's see if I can get that. Is that clear? There we go. All right, so this right here is my exercise app. So when I click on that, there's the workout. Oops, I never cleared that out. So I have other indoor walk, indoor cycle, elliptical, outdoor run. When I'm doing just my Beachbody programs, I just choose other. Now, you can see that sometimes it messes up. This one that I did this morning, it lasted 4 seconds because apparently I bumped it and it shut right down. And I didn't realize it because I don't really pay attention to it during my workout. And so according to the iWatch, I only worked out for 4 seconds today, but I actually worked out a lot more than that. And so what this app connects to is this one right here. Oops, nope, not that. All right, let's see here. There we go. So if you look at my activity today, it doesn't look like I've done a very good job today because it didn't pick up on it. What I don't like about this is when you have your active calories. This iWatch only checks your heart rate every 10 minutes. So if you are working out, it is not going to get a clear picture of what you are doing because it's only going to check your heart rate every 10 minutes. Now, if you have that workout app on, let me go back to that. If you have this up, then it checks your heart rate at a much more regular schedule so that it will pick up a bit. It's more accurate when you use this. So that's why I always choose this and click other. The other thing too is if you don't use this and you're doing, like something like T25 cardio, which I did on Monday, then my arms aren't going in like a regular back and forth like if I was walking or running. And so what happens is if there's a rhythm to your movement, the iWatch can pick it up really very easily. But if there is not a movement that's regular, then like today, my arms were moving in different directions. And so it didn't really pick it up because it wasn't able to find the rhythm because I had irregular movement according to the iWatch. And so for workouts where I might be swinging my arms in different directions, or maybe I'm not really swinging and moving my arms around a lot because I'm doing lifting or something, I'm holding myself in different positions, it's not going to pick it up. And so this is something that you really have to sort of be aware of. I know the Fitbit, you had that before I had the iWatch, and that too, my girlfriend Melissa and I used to go walking on our lunch at work for a little bit, and we would walk the same, like right side by side, the exact same, and we would come up with different steps on our Fitbit. So whatever electronic device you are using, you don't want to completely just count on that because, sometimes you might bump it and turn it off like I did today, Or you might not have it on the exercise and it might not be able to pick up your activity. Or it just might not accurately read everything that you're doing. And so by using this as a tool, I definitely love it. I mean, I think it's a great tool. But having this along with this is a much clearer picture of what you are working on, and then you can see things that are working for you, what's not working, compare it to your progress, and start to figure out what your body needs so that you can work smarter and not harder. I hope that you're having a great weekend and that you are getting outside and it's not too cloudy and rainy where you are. And I'm going to be taking tomorrow off, and I'll be starting a new series next week. Have a great night.